Hi, everybody. I'm Mel Dorr, Chicago psychic medium and intuitive consultant. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited because next week I am going to be in Sedona with Linda Grindle. I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll be back home um, on Sunday. So I hope everyone has a safe Memorial Day weekend. Um, and it's become summer here in Chicago. Yay. You know, it's funny in Chicago in April, we get a few warm days, 70, 80, and it kind of teases us that it gets cold again. And then all of a sudden it gets warm. So my brand in the summer and spring are my Aloha shirts. So I've officially brought them out of retirement. This one needs a little pressing, but that's all right. My Aloha shirt collection. Anyway, I'm so excited, as I said, to be with Linda. Today is May the 22nd, 2021, and it's kind of cool. One of my cousins posted yesterday that the 21st was the 21st day, the 21st week of the 21st year of the 21st century. Isn't that amazing? All those 21s must be spiritual. Anyway, a little news on Vinny, the dog. He's doing better. So today I just want to put up some stuff briefly. I did reach 10,000 subscribers. So next week, Linda Grindle and I will be doing a YouTube show from Sedona. And we will announce some winners then, the winners of my contest. And when I get to 15,000 subscribers, I will offer another 3 free readings. That's hard to say, 3 free readings. It's like tie twine around 3 tree twigs. Whoa, anyway, tongue twister. You know, somebody made a comment on the last video I did with Linda, why do I laugh so much? And she said she didn't find anything remotely amusing in what I had to say. And my response is, bless your heart. I pride myself on my sense of humor. And I do have a nervous giggle. I do stutter. I realize I've got ADD, all of that stuff. But you know, my grandmother used to always say, you can laugh or you can cry. And sometimes after you cry, learn to laugh because it's healing. So my advice to the lady who put that comment up is have yourself a great day, sweetheart. Learn to laugh a little. Might make your life a little bit better. Having gotten all that out of the way, Linda Grindle asked me on my show, somebody wanted to know if Trump was worried and afraid. And the answer is resoundingly yes. My guides tell me yes. And I've noticed that whenever Donald starts to rant about the election's a lie, this and that, and gets really disjointed, he's trying to deceit, divert, lie, sidestep, create anarchy. He thrives on anarchy, thrives on pitting people against people. And he always creates a conspiracy theory. So now, once again, he's ragging about the 2020 election, perpetuating his big lie and the insurrection. And that's done in order to divert attention away from him for his crimes that he's committed. Once again, I keep asking my guys, and they're showing me that Trump will be indicted in New York. I'm just curious if DeSantis will extradite Trump back to New York, but I got a funny feeling that in New York, they're going to work with the federal government, because then if there's a federal warrant, DeSantis can't block any indictment. I see Trump losing a lot of his businesses, and even if he tries to put it in his children's name, not going to work. People are asking me if Allen Weisselberg will flip, and my guides tell me resoundingly, yes, they will. And I intuit that Trump's family also needs to lawyer up, because don't kid yourself, he'll throw his own children under a bus in a nanosecond. And I'm hearing that that's exactly what he's trying to do. You know, it's funny that Trump is trashing Mitch McConnell, but yet Mitch McConnell continues to protect Trump because Mitch wants to hold on to power at all cost. Um, but I still see the infrastructure package going through. Now, obviously, the Republicans aren't going to go for it because Mitch McConnell. We don't need that. The Republicans. We're not civic minded, but I'm going to continue to try to block everything that President Biden's going to do. Same as I've blocked everything Obama wanted to do. Oh, good, Mitch. And notice how he's backpedaling, how he thought that there should be justice and this and that because of the insurrection on January the 6th. And now he's saying, well, we've got enough investigations going on. Well, he doesn't want any more investigations because obviously that would show that Kevin McCarthy is guilty of conspiring with Donald Trump to try to cover it up. It'll all come out in the wash. So if Republicans think, and anybody else think, if Democrats think or anybody else think that the Republicans are going to all of a sudden be civil-minded and try to work together with the Democrats, it's not going to happen. I find it amazing that behind the scenes, Mitch McConnell can't stand Donald Trump, but yet when Trump was president, Mitch McConnell let pass through the Senate whatever Trump wanted. Let him spend any more money than any president in American history. And now all of a sudden they're worried about finance and budget and this and that. Mitch is going to try to continue to engage in the same obstructionism that he did with Obama and now with Biden. So the Republicans really have nothing to offer the society in this country. We need infrastructure, we need roads, we need bridges, we need better internet, we need charging stations for cars that are going to be coming out electrically, we need to upgrade our dams, everything. Our infrastructure is crumbling. And now my guides tell me the Democrats are working behind closed doors to be able to use their power to get it passed through Senate. I understand they're already meeting with a Senate parliamentarian, so good. And Trump still thinks he's president, and all these audits in the states, it's going to come out that there was conspiracy there to commit fraud, that these people are going to say that the election was rigged, the auditors and all of that, to try to dissuade people from voting. So all of that'll come out in the wash. And I think the court's going to stop a lot of those audits. So it's going to get interesting, folks. Every time the light steps ahead, it looks like the darkness pushes it back. I remember my vision from Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and she showed me this little ray of light and all this darkness, and this light became bright and pushed the darkness back. And then they showed me this dark hand touching almost every institution in America, which Trump and his cronies did. They tainted it all. But then Ruth showed me a bright light and it would come forward, and then the light would be pushed back and it would come forward. And there was this battle between light and the dark, but the light won. So that's what we're facing now. So the Republicans don't really have much to offer right now, except obstructionism and creating conspiracy theories. But that's going to come back to bite them in the butt. And just because it might appear that they're winning the battle in some of these southern states does not mean they'll win the war. Here again, I'm not for Liz Cheney. I don't support her politics, but she did speak up against Trump, and she's going to be really formidable against those Trumplicans. To use the words of one of the Japanese generals during World War II, he said, "I fear we have awakened a sleeping giant." That's what they just did with Liz Cheney. So Liz, sick 'em. Anyway, I do see these indictments coming down against Trump. That's why he's doing his ranting and raving. There's also more stuff that's going to come out about him that under him, he ordered the Justice Department to illegally seize CNN reporters' phone and email records. And he also tried it, I think, with the Washington Post. I think they wanted to uncover the sources for a story in 2017 about a federal investigation that alleged hints into Russia's interference in Trump's campaign back in 2016. Once again, the Mueller probe is going to come full front. Merrick Garland is going to be formidable. But what Trump ordered in 2017 is a violation of the First Amendment, a conspiracy to cover up crimes, all kinds of stuff. So I asked my guys about Trump's health because it just came to me. And Trump has to watch his health. It looks like he's going to be in some serious, serious illness. And I don't wish that on anybody. Okay. But yet he's really got to watch it. You know, in the first 100 days, Biden did more in his presidency than Trump did in 4 years. I think under Biden, the economy is going to continue to grow. He's going to create a lot of jobs, even though the job market was down. But I think that was just the after effects of COVID. You know, with this infrastructure package, it's going to get up and going. And here again, the midterms, the Dems have to be very, very, they have to get up and really campaign, because if not, it could be very easy that the Republicans could take back over the House. As I said, some of those voter restriction laws in those southern states will go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, I think, will say you can't restrict people's rights to vote. So good. Come on, it's going to be a felony to give somebody a drink of water? What's that about? And, you know, most people are going to be up in arms. And I see peaceful protest about what's going on in this country, not insurrection like Trump incited. At any rate, Linda Grindle and I had predicted that there would be peace, a truce between Israel and Palestine, and that just happened. My guide showed me that there would be intervention, and I think behind closed doors, Biden really got onto Netanyahu. I finally learned to pronounce his name. Netanyahu is also going to be under criminal investigation, my guides tell me, in Israel. And I see him at some point not reelected, and him under indictment. And I see him charged with crimes. I don't know if he'll go to jail or not. But after this, his political career will be dog meat. I mean, publicly, Biden doesn't endorse him. He goes along with Israel because they're a staunch ally of ours, and what they should be. But I think Netanyahu knows he's in trouble, and I think the thing that he did with Palestine was wag the dog. I think he kind of wanted that conflict to take, once again, to divert and take the attention off of the stuff that's going to be uncovered, the illegal stuff that Netanyahu really did. So that'll come out. I think it's also going to come out that someone in the Trump administration went really high up, leaked information to Russia, which allowed the hackers to get into our system and stop the pipeline. I had somebody yesterday say, well, you know, here's what they said: Biden's not doing that good because gas prices are high. And I'm like, yeah, gas prices are high because our pipeline got hacked into. We didn't have gas supply for 6 days. So my guys show me that that hack was a way to discredit Biden and make him look bad, and try to take away votes. I find it amazing that the Republicans, or the Trumplicans, the Trumplicans, not all Republicans are bad, you know, but the Trumplicans will do anything, lie, cheat, steal, create conspiracy theories to keep power. That's the stuff of dictatorship. That's the stuff of banana republics. It's that kind of stuff that brought Hitler to power, and we must stop it. And my guides tell me that we will. Yay. Okay. I think Jeff Sessions is going to get in hot water because he's the one that endorsed those reporters back in 2017 having their cell phones hacked by the government. Bill Barr is going to be in hot water. Bye, Bill. I keep saying that. I'm just going to be anxious what that document that was released showed. I haven't looked at it. I haven't had a chance to research it, but I will. Kevin McCarthy, it's going to show that he colluded with Donald Trump to create a cover-up about January the 6th. And what about that congressperson who's a gun salesman? I keep saying this, that said, oh, they were just like people on vacation walking through the Capitol. Did he watch the same video that I watched? Honey, if that's a vacation, whoa, I ain't going anywhere near that area. Anyway, all right. I'm going to keep this brief because I just wanted to say hi and get some things going. Oh, and by the way, I'm predicting that climate change is going to create a lot of hurricanes hitting the eastern seaboard this year and Florida. And here again, climate change. I've heard that the South is having record rains and the West is having drought. So I don't understand these politicians who say that we shouldn't be in the Paris Accords and that we don't really need electric vehicles and that there's no such thing as climate change, that it's a hoax. Have you stepped outside lately? You know, I can see it in Chicago. When I first moved here in 1985, I thought I'd moved to Siberia. In the winter, it would snow and we wouldn't see the ground again until spring. And now the winters have gotten milder and milder. This past winter, we didn't have much snow, but in February, we had 4 snowstorms, I think in a period of like 2 or 3 weeks, and that was it. And we've had milder summers. I remember in Kentucky when I was a kid, we'd go sleigh riding every year, and there hasn't been much snow down there in years. So I can see the climate change in my own life. You know, politics concerns me, but what concerns me more is global warming and climate change. We all have to stand united. I don't have children, but I have great nieces and great nephew and all kinds of nieces and nephews and cousins. And I think it's up to us to be vocal about saving the planet because we owe it to posterity. We really do. You know, I don't see anything socialistic about electric cars and charging stations and creating infrastructure. I fail to see any socialism in that. It's just that it's what we need to do for our country. And ultimately, my guides show me it will be done. And clean air. You know, COVID did clean up the air a bit because people weren't driving. It cleaned up the reefs, fish were coming back. It cleaned up the waters, all of that. And I do see a lot of environmental legislation, international, concerning cruise ships and the things they dump overboard. You know, I still think they dump their toilets out at sea or something, and that is really an ecological hazard. They say, oh, it's biodegradable. No, it really contaminates fish life and stuff like that. And when we were in Hawaii in 2019, some of the whales had died and they weren't coming back and they didn't know why. And I really think it's due to contamination of the ocean. So I see real efforts coming to clean up the ocean, clean up our environment. And we need to stand vocal and stand strong to say, we want a clean Mother Earth for our posterity, for our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. Oh, I'm becoming activist in my old age. Never thought that would have happened. Linda Grindle taught me to speak up. I always spoke up, but anyway. All right. The other thing that scares me is the dissension in this country, and the Democrats are trying to pull together with the Republicans, and some Republicans are on stage with that, but the Trumplicans want to create, I really feel my guides show me they want to create a civil war. They want to create this polarity. They want to create the anarchy because it gives them power. And that's only about 35 or 40%. The rest of us say, we want to move forward. You know, we want a better life for our kids. We want affordable healthcare insurance. We want to be able to afford our medication. We want to have decent jobs. We want to have our kids to have great, you know, decent educations without having to be in debt the rest of their lives. But the Trumplicans, anything that Democrats or the independents say they want, the Trumplicans are going to say no. But it will come back to bite them. My guides show me that. It's almost like a Pac-Man. You know, remember the Pac-Man going after the little monster things? It's gonna really, the Trumplicans are not, it's almost like McCarthyism. It lasted, I think, forever long it did, and then it took a huge fall. And that's what's gonna happen with the Trumplicans. I'm not patient. When God was handing out patience, I stood in the attitude line. But I can't wait to see that fall happen. And it started already. It's a little snowball now, but you'll see the momentum. And it's just going to be an avalanche against the Trumplicans. Anyway, everybody stay safe, stay well. Namaste. Please have a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And I'll be doing a show with Linda next week. And then I'll announce the winners. So it's been my pleasure. I wish you all well. Aloha and namaste.